Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Eternal Darkness. It's time for our next chapter page. This is the 9th chapter page. It's going to be set during World War II, and in it we're going to be playing as a character.
The war to end all wars redefined how mankind looked at war and the value of human life. Over 19,000 men lost their lives every day in the trenches of the Somme. Some say uselessly, some invoke a higher cause. I read accounts of the slaughter from many journalists who spent time in the trenches, but I found the account of a certain Peter Jacob to be the most horrible of all. His implication about the ancients' involvement with the war was hideous and so obvious. With the horror of the Battle of the Somme scant miles away and the distant echoes of pounding artillery, a young journalist named Peter Jacob researched his latest story from the front lines. His grim task brought him to Oubliette Cathedral, now transformed into a field hospital.
I find no solace in the purpose behind all the senseless violence that surrounds me. Young men die at a rate unheard of in centuries of warfare. Shelling, machine guns, and mustard gas rip, pierce, and burn their flesh. Men soak gauze in their own urine to stop the insidious gas. The hospitals here cannot cope with the torrent of wounded.
Peter Jacob is a field reporter during World War I, and he's voiced by Michael Bell. As usual, the letters from this video will be in the thread. While the soldier's orders aren't really necessary to the plot, the letter we picked up is, and in it the injured man says that men disappear in the middle of the night without him being able to say goodbye to them. He thinks it's kind of weird. The place seems to be haunted. You can see that even though we're visiting the same place that we were with both Anthony and Paul, that the game really has changed. The area's bigger, everything looks different. It's really nice to be involved in going to the same areas, even though they've changed so much. And we even get this great view here again. It's beautiful, and it does nothing other than serve the purpose of looking great. Nothing else important up there right now except the letter, in which the soldier continues to go on about how people are going missing. There are loud snarls in the middle of the night and weird voices, creepy stuff. Interesting touch that these posters on the wall are in French. In the video with Vega, he mentioned how annoying bone thieves are, and this level is chock full of them. Yes, they can burrow inside of you and kill you, just like they did to that maid. And you'll see here our sanity is already at like 0, so this is one of the best levels to run around in for sanity effects. Definitely run. Don't try and fight these guys. Using bullets to fight bone thieves is not a great idea. We need to go find a better weapon. So now that we have our sword, we have a little bit better of an attempt to fight these guys. 3 of them at once is not very easy or fun either, and sometimes this can be a really painful part of the chapter. While using Quick Spell isn't always necessary since it only saves you a couple seconds, it's going to be really helpful for something we have to do later in this chapter. Sometimes the random effects like that can be scarier than anything else in this game.
Sink me. Imagine me.
Don't know if that would actually work in real life, but it's an interesting puzzle compared to the other ones, since it doesn't involve jewelry or colors. I love how walking over the broken glass actually gives the footsteps a different sound.
Be happening.
That was my first time ever seeing that effect, and I've played through this game a lot of times.
Sink me. I can't imagine what he's...
I'm pretty sure you figured out exactly what that 7th circle of power does. It's same thing, just adding more Pargons.
This can't be happening!
Sinking through the floor is one of the more common sanity effects I tend to see.
Oh, well, if you sit...
You'll notice here that the red glow still hasn't faded away. There we go. That is because the 7th point spell obviously lasts longer than the other ones will. definitely no shame in running away to heal.
Be happening.
Peter's chapter really is the best to be in. You can see how small his sanity bar is, and there are quite a few enemies to take it down. Every drink from this bottle is pretty helpful. It refills your magic all the way, so if you don't have an area to run around in, like right here, it's probably a better idea to use the bottle. In this final letter, the soldier is afraid to sleep for fear he will be taken away next. Here's a little demo of a rat murder. Like, they just explode. Gross. During Paul's chapter, we see the Black Guardian raised in the basement of this area, and it's been 500 years, and yet nothing has happened. The timeline in this game is really, really wonky, and I'm not really sure exactly what order things have supposed to have taken place in. It's possible that the ancients and pious are timeless or floating through time. I'm a huge time travel nut and I love that theory. We're gonna make good use of this spell. Through the door at the end of this hallway is where Paul met his grisly end, and we'll see what happens to Peter next time.